This is Andy from Fighters Talk TV with Eddie Hearn. How are you doing, sir?
Doing good, mate. Doing good. Had a nice soul-cleansing day down here, and then back to the professional boxing world this afternoon.
What does it mean to Matchroom to help the community here at Limehouse Boxing Academy?
It's a couple of things. One, from a business level, boxing's been good to us, and I feel like we should invest in the community and in grassroots boxing. Two, on a personal level, I just love seeing kids move in a positive direction. You know, I have two kids myself. One of them goes to a boxing club. I've seen how it's improved their confidence, improved their physical health, probably their mental health as well. Discipline, respect. You know, they go down there to the boxing club, and I look at the way she listens to the coach and does exactly what she's told, and I think, boy, what's going on here? I don't see that. Yeah, exactly, but you know, I just know that everything she's doing in there is positive, and coming through these doors is not just about winning a world championship or an Olympic medal. If you can do that, fantastic. It's just about being positive, being healthy, and making the right moves in your life. And you know, AJ said something to me years ago, or said in an interview, and I wasn't quite sure about it, but boxing, there are so many opportunities in boxing, not just being a fighter, trainer, promoter, manager, lawyer, media, photographer, you know, security. Like, you know, you guys work in boxing as well, and why couldn't they go on, learn about media, learn about interviewing people and all that kind of stuff? So, you know, I think that I love boxing, and people who come down here don't care about networks, purse bids, barter, all the shit that we deal with every single day. So it's nice just to come down here and see people boxing and smiling.
I think it goes back to the look in their eyes, and the look of a young challenger, up and coming buck, and I guess as well. I mean, for us, for me, it started young boxing. I'm only a month younger than you, and I think we've met before in the ring. But I used to box in South Woodham, and you were in Billericay, I believe.
Apparently I made it all up though. So
no, you didn't make it all up. I was there. So I mean, for us, boxing's a part of our lives, and as is yours. So it's nice to see that Matchroom give back to the community as well, and especially like this. Except when you punish them doing the planks on the floor, that was.
But that was like, I talk about this thing. It's about sometimes I think quite deeply, but it's about your limits, right? So being successful in your chosen field is all about really pushing your limits. How far can you go? A lot of that comes with resilience, but you know, if you go out and you run a 5K and you do, I don't know, 26 minutes, and you are knackered at the end of it, and you say to yourself, I couldn't have gone any faster. Really? You know what I mean? The reality is, yes, you could have. But how far are you willing to push yourself? Those kids down there doing 16-minute planks, probably never done 4-minute planks. If you would have said to them, could you do 16-minute planks? Absolutely no chance. All of a sudden, pressure's on, the camera's on, you're winning tickets. So sometimes you don't realise what you're capable of. And I think that, you know, these kind of moments and these kind of learning about hard work and sacrifice, that's what you do in boxing. You know, a lot of kids come up to me today, good boxers. This wasn't just Limehouse Boxing Club and Embassy, this was kids, local clubs going to England, like out of Repton, like anything else. And like, work with boxing. Make unbelievable sacrifices that other people aren't prepared to do. You know, in boxing at the moment, going off on a bit of tangent, there's a lot of pro fighters I see that wake up at 9, 10, go down, do a little session, come back, have a little session, do a session in the evening, go to bed. And I see other fighters getting up at 5 a.m. doing the stairs or hill sprints, bent over after, nearly throwing up on the side. Yeah? If you ain't making sense, if you're not taking yourself to horrible places, don't ever expect to achieve at the top end, because talent will only take you so far. And I think that that's important for these kids to learn, because not going near your limits is actually easy. You know what I mean? It's still an achievement, but how much do you want it?
And that's what it takes. So we're going to go off a bit of a tangent now. We're going to talk about this weekend's fight. Just tell us, Saturday morning you wake up, how much sleep have you and Frank Smith had between Saturday and now?
Yeah, not a lot. I mean, I think that, again, the more you experience something, the easier it is to deal with. So honestly, like, people keep saying, what was your reaction when you got that news? I was just like...
Not again.
I was just like... And I looked up, I was like, are you sure? Like, what is going on? You know,
it's the second time it was kind of been.
Yeah,
we spoke to
two biggest fights of the year, really, in back-to-back years. So, but then it's like, the first thing we've got to do is speak to AJ and see what he wants to do. I wasn't sure whether he'd say, I ain't fighting, or no. I must fight. And thankfully, it was the latter. He's done 12 weeks with Derek James. He feels like he's in a tremendous place physically and mentally. He wanted to fight. And I'm glad he did. And now, we've got a good opponent, we've got a great show. Obviously, non-pay-per-view is good news for customers
us,
at home.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be a great fight. And I'm nervous because we've been here before. We was on the verge of the Wilder fight before. We're now on the verge of the Wilder fight again. It's another late-minute replacement because of the failed drugs test. But hopefully, as we now have changed our reaction to that experience, so too will Anthony Joshua, and he'll be triumphant on Saturday.
Well, I think a lot of kudos has to go to AJ, because not only is he taking a cut in money, but he's actually, obviously a lot of people don't know, you don't punch, you don't get paid, is what happens in the ring. So how did that process come to him? Because it's a very selfless act to do that.
Money has changed a lot because it's off pay-per-view and it's not a bigger fight, but it's more about the time that he's sacrificed in the gym to perform. So now he's getting paid, and obviously his camp costs are a lot more than others. But it's also the undercard. He wanted to make sure everyone would fight as well. Like people like Maisie and George Liddard and those people, they probably spend $2,000 on their camps. And if they don't get paid, all of a sudden they're behind the eight ball financially. And it becomes a panic. I mean, Maisie, at a press conference yesterday said, if I didn't fight this weekend, I probably would have had to go back to work. Because all of a sudden, I've gone 10 weeks, 12 weeks with no money. So people don't realise that AJ's at the top end, but that applies to all fighters. So I'm pleased for them; they get a chance to fight and get paid.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had George Liddard in the studio last week, and we were talking to him about it. Then he phoned us up and said, "I might not be fighting." And I said, "Just leave it. Let the concern." And good young lad. Yeah. Obviously, at the start of his career, I did actually ask him a question, mentioning more of a statement that said, "Can you make sure it lasts a little bit longer this time? Because I don't like runny eggs." What do you think about it? I mean, he's a really exciting prospect.
Because he's very strong, George. You see the work he's doing with his S&C. He's a very powerful young man, and someone that achieved a lot in the amateurs, didn't go on and win Olympic medals, but sometimes are just suited to the professional code. And that's George. A good, honest pro, fit. As I said to a lot of fighters down here today, conditioning. You've got to be unbelievably fit in this game. And George is a machine. I really like the link up with Kevin Mitchell. I think those two are going to gel. Kevin's going to be a tremendous trainer. And he's got George, he's got Maisie as well, and George is a great talent.
I mean, what a fight card for a non-pay-per-view event. I mean, it's got to be. I would probably go on record and say it's the best fight card I've seen for DAZN non-pay-per-view.
Probably the best we've ever done. Non-pay-per-view. Because when AJ's headlining, straight away, if that's not pay-per-view, that's a shock in itself. Jermaine Franklin wasn't, and we saw the numbers that did. This is a better fight and a much bigger card. So I think everyone's going to get great value for money, which is always important.
Definitely. One last question: how much have you done your cobblers, as you say, on this fight card?
Yeah, I get we're going to be all right, but not as good as we were going to be. So that's never nice. But nor is AJ, and we work together. He eats, we eat, and if he don't, we don't. So we're going to get to a situation where, for a business, that changes a lot financially for us. But at least we've got a show. And if he can deliver the performance that I think he'll deliver, his value goes up, and we'll make it up somewhere down the line.
Absolutely, and of course it puts it on the Wilder radar.
Of course, but if he goes in and looks great, everyone's going to be even more keen for that fight, and that's the plan. Look good on Saturday and get the win.
Well, if he looks great, Wilder might not be so keen.
Yeah, maybe.
I
think he's ready.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us, and we're looking forward to the show, and we'll look forward to Saturday night.
See you there. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, fellas. Appreciate it.